violation of nature, Maldek explosion, and alien visitors. When exploring more of this theme, we must know that the mechanics of the universal laws are in perfect harmony with the organic living creations of the natural world, and that the nature of evil comes into manifestation as the direct consequence of violating these natural laws. Violating nature is synonymous with spiritual disconnection and painful suffering. Violating natural laws, such as genetically experimenting and hybridizing with the original angelic human DNA in order to make consciousness slaves to serve an anti-human invader agenda, contains the major historical timeline trigger events for the spiritual disconnection humanity has suffered at the hands of the Belial group. These important events of inserting Enki DNA overlays into humanity commenced during the orchestration of several negative alien agenda invasions of the planet, which were under the direct supervision of a master geneticist, a cloned alien hybrid, Sa'am Enki, and his Syrian Anunnaki brethren that crashed on Earth during the Mars warring conflicts, which ultimately led to the complete destruction of the planet Maldek. After the explosion of Maldek, the damage and destruction that ensued in the solar system displaced many of the local reptilian species, some of which found themselves on the Earth. The Anunnaki high priestesses were consulted, and they were made aware that the planet was the repository of the universal genetic library being cultivated by the mysteriously absent forces of the ancient builder races, those we know as the Emerald Founder Elohim. The Emerald Founder Elohim had designed and seeded many living gardens filled with diverse species through which to evolve upon this planet, as the Christos Diamond Sun angelic human race had been displaced from the original Terran world, and were intended to act as the guardians of the genetic library as well as protectors of the Emerald Crystal Heart network of the universal mother of life, which is also known as Tiamat. This beautiful natural garden was in its earliest stages of evolutionary growth, tended to by the Sirius B Maharaji and those blue-ray Melchizedeks from the inner earth, and many were being spiritually guided by the Anuhazi Mua through the emerald crystals connected to Tiamat, in which the magnificent splendor of the planet's natural beauty appeared as an Edenic paradise to the arriving alien spectators. As they gazed upon the planet's beautiful lush greenery, expansive holy mountains, and diverse animal species, they promptly decided to claim it for themselves. This timeline trigger event of the entry onto planet after the Mars warring conflicts and the Maldek explosion begins the ongoing spiritual warfare over the original angelic human DNA and the inability of humans to be left alone to live in peace on the planet Earth. As the intruding Syrian Anunnaki factions and aggressive Maldekians continually violate the natural laws by cloning and inserting their own reptoid species and AI hybridizations into the planetary matrix, whereby continually attempting to exert their dominance through the use of cloned identities and by genetically modifying the existing planetary DNA. Thus we come to the complex problems of a blended reality system, caused by these assorted Syrian Anunnaki hybridization programs, which spread and further developed on Nibiru. which operated as the outpost for genetic laboratories. These labs were for testing advanced AI technologies used for not only building cloned bodies for themselves as designed for carrying out specific duties, but also used in cloning weapons for Antichrist inversions by wearing Enki DNA skins. These skins are similar to a cloaking device in that it gives the wearer the ability to shapeshift into the identity of another individual by cloning samples of their DNA and then wearing it over their consciousness body as an outer membranous skin that uses the artificial holograms to change one's appearance. Naturally, these cloning technologies have been given to the Belial sons' Luciferian bloodlines that have worshipped the Syrian Anunnaki elongated reptilian hybrid skulls and their hybrid Nephilim lines as their Luciferian alien gods. Thus, this covert situation would be a shocking revelation to the general public when awakening to the mind control reality of lies, to find out the world is being run by a bunch of negative aliens wearing cloned Enki skins as cloaking devices. The Enki DNA skins are holographic insert AI tech that has contributed to the corruption of the elementals in the planetary matrix, whereby corrupting them with the molecular compaction effects of the compressed 666 carbon atomic structure, along with the synthetic red wave Enki DNA coding that continually infects the matter with carrier waves of AI machinery embeds. Thus, the destruction of Maldek preceded the ongoing genetic modification strategies whereby the negative alien agendas Belial group have been introducing new cloned humanoid species along with repeated insertions of cloned Enki DNA after each cataclysmic Great Reset, along with mixing other combinations of reptilian species into the human gene pool as a part of their hybridization agenda and terraforming plan. This methodical introduction of reptilian Enki DNA into the planetary stargates and human biology was utilized to interfere with the organic chemical processes of the natural elements that are needed to assemble within Diamond Sun angelic human DNA that requires protein synthesis for higher DNA assembly. Thus, currently, we are entering the cosmic clock solar calendar cycle where the ascending planetary matrix and awakening starseeds begin the ongoing process of detoxifying and shedding the Enki DNA skin from their chemical DNA, family of origin biological DNA record, and original spiritual DNA records as aligned to the Diamond Sun DNA instructions set forth by the cosmic God parents and personal Christ. The detoxification and purification process to clear these artificial DNA overlays from out of the chemical and physical DNA records will begin to transpire naturally and with direct Christos Guardian support if this is the spiritual mission which you have chosen and incarnated for during this time of planetary ascension.